How you doing, YouTube? Matt Mesa Beer Reviews. Back with some beer mail. Yes. Who doesn't love the beer mail? I know, I love it. New person beer mail, too. New brewery beer mail, I guess you would say, because it is homebrew. That Trainer homebrew. So, not too long ago, I did a couple beers from like a group of homebrewers trying to make good called Time and Materials Brewing, and one of their boys, Neil, is a Gilded Skull Brewing is what it's called. It's a dude trying to open a brewery, and that's the name of the brewery. And he kind of wrote me and said, "Hey man, love to send you some beers to check out. Can I do that?" And I said, "Hell yeah!" So he sent me some. So there you go. Let's dive into it. A little bit of a difference on this one is that two things. One, he has actually a Kickstarter going to kind of open up his brewery, so you're more than welcome to go check that out. Full disclosure, he didn't ask me to say any of this shit. This is all me saying these things. And two, he's having a little bit of a journey. He's sick, cancer, I believe, and he is, just basically trying to live the life, before time is up. That sounds really, really kind of morbid, but kind of makes sense if you think about it. So just basically, dude loves beer. He's all about trying to open up a brewery, which is kind of fucking cool. So I'll post down below link to his Kickstarter and stuff like that. You read his story and judge from there whether you want to support him or not. Anyway, it says, "Thanks again for reviewing these beers. These are homebrewed and only representative of what I'm doing professionally as brands I intend to revisit as Gilded Skull. They are bottle conditioned, so there is sediment in each bottle." Now, let me kind of say what's going on here. He wants to open a brewery. He said he's going to be doing a Kickstarter campaign, or there is a Kickstarter going for him opening his brewery, and it's going to be called Gilded Skull Brewing. But he kind of, for those that don't know, you really can't, like, if you homebrew like crazy, you can't really serve that homebrew once you open a brewery. Once you get actually, like, kind of legitimized by, like, the TTB and all the government entities and stuff like that, then you can start production brewing, and then you can serve the beer that you've produced after all the I's and T's and all that shit's crossed. So he's just covering his ass here, which kind of makes sense. So he has a couple things in here. It looks like there are 3 in here. There is the green large format bottle. Let's crack into those first. Let's open them up and then we'll read the note and go from there. So there's a couple of things in here. Jesus Christ. I got so much fucking crazy. Oh, my favorite part of this beer mail? There's a big sticker here. It says fragile. Yeah, they blew a hole in the side of it, so very awesome that they took care of that. It doesn't look like anything broke because nothing is wet in this sucker, so we'll see what's what. Oh, that is the big green bottle there. I got a glass. Oh, shit, son. Got glassware. The wife will love that. She hates glassware. I have so much of it. But yeah, let's open this glass first. He has his own glassware? Hot damn, son. Ooh, I like the shape of glass. I've got a couple of these. Man, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is like the traditional kind of Allagash. I have an Osthaus glass. I actually have 4 or 5 blanks of this. This is actually one of my favorite glasses. I rarely use them in beer reviews. I don't know why. This is kind of one of my more favorite glasses to drink, like Belgian style beers and stuff like that, which he focuses on. Kind of mixed fermentation, kind of farmhouse stuff. So that's pretty cool. Thanks very much, brother. I enjoy the glassware. The wife does not. So, like I said, there's 3 bottles in here. We got a blankie. Corked. Gotta like that. We got this little fatty there. Kind of like your 16-ounce Aventina style. And then we have a little 12-ouncer in here. So now let's dive into the words that have been written or shall be told. So you're talking about the green large format bottle is, you've seen the butcher. This is a 3.5%, so we're on fucking pace right now. This is my kind of shit. It's a petite mixed culture saison, Pilsner malt, raw turkey, hard red winter wheat, and bloody butcher corn grit. So there's a little bit of corn base in there, which is kind of cool. I brewed with one of my house mixed cultures, fermented in stainless, brewed to be tart. In the 12-ounce bottle here, I put them in order. Look at that. Black Cape has a bourbon barrel-aged Russian Imperial Stout, 10% alcohol by volume, Maris Otter, roasted barley, special bee chocolate malt, blended post-barrel for balance. So I assume he bourbon barrel-aged some of it and had some of the base done and then blended them together, or had 2 different barrels and then blended from there, we'll let them chime in the comments section and leave you with the 16-ounce Belgian bottle. This beer may not be the best choice for reviewing on video. I'm not sure how I plan to approach it as a commercial beer, since I lost this culture while I was sick, but I wanted to share it anyway. It was fermented with highly flocculent house mixed culture, and a beer should have the dregs resuspended when served, much like the traditional hef. It's a very highly carbonated and requires a multi-step pour. It is a pain and a bit of an oddball to serve, but I think it's worth the effort. Mixed culture table beer, again 3% alcohol by volume. Pilsner, white wheat, Czech Zaz, house culture, fermented and stainless, and brewed to inhibit lactic acid production. So they'll all get reviewed, brother. So there you go. Fucking, that's pretty cool. You got your kind of low ABV jams, a big bourbon barrel aged beer, and a little bit of glassware to boot, so that doesn't suck. So, like I said, I'm trying to do more homebrew, which is kind of why I've gotten this, and I've gotten a couple beers from a couple different people, because I put the call out there for people to kind of send me homebrew. And a couple of people that have sent me homebrew over the years have not just been just homebrewers. I mean, sure, they are. But there are a lot of people that are trying to make a brewery kind of go. And that's a great thing. You know what I mean? Seeing people get into the ground floor and trying to just hustle and make a brewery, as opposed to somebody with a ton of money, a ton of cash, and trying to just kind of fast track themselves to a brewery. While there's nothing wrong with that, because people are allowed to do whatever they want, it just doesn't have that kind of romantic kind of side to it. Now, I don't know Neil personally, but his story is touching. I mean, you talk about, a lot of people are faced with sickness. I just had one of my best friends die yesterday. A long time coming, so it wasn't something overtly kind of shocking. It's just, we don't have but a very short time on this planet, whether it be from just old age or other means. And a lot of people, when they're faced with that, can turn a lot of different directions. And someone who's passionate enough about beer, when they see that, to kind of turn. And if you read his story, it was basically him and his partner, kind of saying, you got to do what you got to do. This is what you love, and just to see that kind of focus when faced with that kind of adversity is fucking awesome, because it really is kind of a litmus test for what you give a shit about. To be perfectly honest with you, because you could love a bunch of different things, but you're like, what's the thing I want to do? It's like, I have this shot, whether it be, for a long time or for a short time, at least you get a chance to take that shot. So, that in and of itself is very, very cool, very romantic, and very honorable. So thank you very much, dude, for sending some beers off. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I can do them justice. Again, honesty is key, and I know homebrewers appreciate that more than anything else, so I can't wait to dive into these. Like I said, if you guys want to check out more of Gilded Skull's story, you're more than welcome. I'm sure if you just type Gilded Skull Brewing into the Googs, it'll give you everything you need, but I'll post a link below. I'll probably forget, but we'll go there eventually. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this homebrew unboxing. Hopefully you enjoy me reviewing all these jams, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.